precise from our reporter Tommy Dixon, who's monitoring the situation in the Eastern Cape. Tommy, according to my IEC website, which is slightly delayed, you do have the ANC in the lead at 69%.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Indeed, the ANC is still in the lead here with 69% of the votes, of about 70% of the votes that have been completed capturing. And the IEC is very specific about counting and capturing here, so we need to get that right, that this is the capturing, the counting has been done, they're just now capturing the votes into the system. So the ANC has taken about 69% of those votes. They have already indicated that they're not aiming for anything less than the majority in terms of controlling this province. But I have a pleasure now of being joined by the leader of the ANC here in the province, Mr. Oscar Mabuyane, who's going to tell us about their performance. Sir, thank you very much for joining us. Are you happy with the 69%? Do you think that you're not under threat with so many political parties in this province that are contesting your majority? You know, you're competing with about 25 other political parties.
Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon to viewers as well. Well, we are not really under any threat, but we are humbled by the support and loyalty that our people have shown. A very strong brand called the ANC that is really appealing to our people. We must simply work very hard for it and rise to the occasion. Our people are expecting a lot from the ANC. We're quite happy. We're looking forward to the 6th administration as the ANC in this province, and do continue with the work that we've been doing. ANC has done a lot in the province in changing people's lives. Yes, we've got huge challenges, backlog in our province. If you look at the social infrastructure backlog, it's a huge one. If you look at roads, schools, but we're doing relatively good. We've built a state-of-the-art hospitals here. If you look at the Cecilia Makiwan, if you look at schools under a city program over the Kai River, we're doing a lot of work to actually make our people feel proud. Yes, there are still more challenges that are out there. That's why you still have other people that are embarking on the service delivery protest action. That we are also looking at those issues and handling them moving forward. Some of those issues are actually low-hanging. We just need proper integration of all spheres of government to tackle them with ease.
But your critics are saying you are benefiting more from the loyalty of people and allegiance of the traditional leaders, for instance, in the rural areas of the Eastern Cape, more than what we have done for the people in the province, because there are a lot of people that are disillusioned about the service that they've been getting from the ANC.
Well, that probably would be in the figment of such critics' imagination. You know, our people now, since 1994, we have more than 80% of our people having access to electricity, more than 80% access to water, piped water. So a lot has been done. We're at 70% in terms of metric outcome, now on the national average. So we are working very hard in terms of turning around things. We've got a task at hand to really turn around the economic outlook of our province, get our people, deal with issues of outward migration, that our people can no longer living for smaller things elsewhere once they can get those things here. Right. We're looking at that to focus on that quite aggressively in the 6th administration. We've put in already in the next 3 years 1.1 billion as a part of a stimulus package to look at areas of expanding more on agriculture, tourism, oceans, economy, you name them, but also getting some of the catalytic projects that we have been speaking about, Yomzimvubu, which was part of the problem that we had in the Mhlonhlo areas, people really protesting against, because that was done sort turning almost before 2014 by the former president, looking at Yomtombo refinery. Those are huge projects which we believe if government, national government, come into play on those ones, work with us, will definitely turn around the economic outlook of our province.
Your loss of power in the Nelson Mandela Metro, does not it signal perhaps that maybe that's the beginning of the decline of support for the ANC?
We're going to get Nelson Mandela back come 2021. It was very unfortunate. Almost a similar situation that we were almost exposed to yesterday, the weather challenges, but also the intra-organizational dynamics that we were also going through. We're working out away those issues. We're resolving those teething problems. We want to work on the actually maximum cohesion of our organization, focus on the task at hand. The ANC has got a very clear task with our fundamental goals of uniting our people beyond the parameters of race and gender, to make it a point that we continue with the democratic system in our country for prosperity of our people. Right. While working on those issues, that's what should preoccupy us in government. Those who are elected to lead, they must lead effectively. Those who are actually appointed to administer, they must be efficient. So that's what we need, to make it a point that we reach out to multitudes of our destitute people out there who are expecting government to change their lives.
Okay. Chairperson, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to quickly take the ATM spokesperson here, Mr. Zamantshona. The ATM is a new kid in the block here, and many people haven't been expecting that they're going to do well, but they are now sitting at position number 5 on the leaderboard here with just about 70% of the votes that have been captured. I just want to check how you feeling with your performance, and many people didn't give you a chance.
Thank you very much, sir. I would like to say as the ATM that so far so good. With nobody giving us a chance, but we knew that with the kind of message that we have, the issue of putting humanism at the center of changing the scenario around the Republic of South Africa was very important, as we had seen that there has been the abandonment of the project of the restoration of human dignity, as in some quarters, as we have seen people protesting, that people were maintaining that even though we have seen that there have been some ground that has been covered, but if these issues of morality have not been dealt with, we are still faced with a problem that not everybody would be able to partake meaningfully in the activities of the Republic of South Africa. So you see now with the way that the results are coming in, that people believe in the message of peace in our world, peace in our lifetime. They believe in the value system of peace, Ubuntu, transformation, servant leadership, and accountability.
Quickly, where's your base in terms of the constituency? Are you looking at the rural votes, or you are in the urban areas as well? Yeah.
Now that we are at 70% of the counting, you would notice that the Mpashe, Mngxuma, Nyandeni votes have not come in totally. A number of voting districts in that region have not come fully. And that is actually our stronghold in the Eastern Cape. So you are bound to find out that the narrative, or what you see on the board right now, which is just over 19,000, close to 20,000 mark, is going to change significantly as we are moving closer to that 100% count rate.
Okay, let's give it at that for now.
All right.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Well, that's the situation here in the Eastern Cape in terms of the expectations of political parties and their impressions on their performances. Back to the studio.